Hello, all guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast, brought to you on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. Watched a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. Haven't watched nearly as much wrestling. And I'm sorry. Claire Lynch is what? She's a what? I cannot emphasize enough that I am still so shell-shocked by this. What?
Yes, we are so back, and it is time, and we are so back to 2012
It's
with
the new year, and by the new year I mean the old year of 2012.
Right, the new year of 2012. That's right. Claire Lynch, the arc of the decade, and many people are saying that.
And although the dirt sheets were calling it the arc of the decade, Meltzer knew that it was only 2012 and there were 7 more years to go.
It's amazing to think about how, if you were watching WWE, this is when we were in the peak of the love square of AJ Lee. AJ Lee is kissing everybody, and then you turn on to Impact, and it's AJ Styles and Dixie Carter are having an affair, except they're not. They're helping their drug dealer friend.
My name is Claire Lynch, and I'm an addict. And then you hop over to Raw, and it's fucking. I like crazy chicks. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, and I like crazy chicks and clear trauma being played as like quirky mental illness.
Yeah, we should have gotten CM Punk over to TNA, have a real crossover, and he's so into crazy chicks. Welcome with Claire or something. I don't know.
He restarts the Straight Edge Society, and Claire Lynch is the first member.
Punk, I need you.
Oh boy. God. Yeah. So last time we were here, let's go over the June 21st, 2012 episode of Impact. It opened with Hulk Hogan asking Austin Aries for his decision. Is he going to give up the X Division title for a shot at Bobby Roode, or is he going to keep the X Division title like a little baby bitch? That is roughly what Hogan said.
That's I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he said, actually.
And Austin Aries came down to the ring, and he's like, I came up with a third way, an option C. And Hogan's like, whoa, brother. I laid out those options very clear, dude. A and B, dude. But then Aries' option C was, what if I gave up the title and then we did that every year?
And Hulk Hogan said, that's brilliant. That was my idea. And we're doing it now.
No all take right, brother. The birth of option C, where every year at Destination X, or these days, whenever they don't do it, I don't think it's
glorified Money in the Bank, but it's also a belt.
You can give up the X Division Championship for a shot at the world title.
Yeah, we talked about this on the last episode, but I feel the need to really emphasize they turned the X Division title, which was one of the more iconic things that TNA had / still has going for it. You know, it's technically just a cruiserweight belt, but it's got a certain zhuzh to it. And they said, what if we just turn this into a glorified Money in the fucking Bank? Really think about that. Really, guys, I see you not think about it. Think about it.
It's so funny too, because like initially they set up with this gimmick idea that it has to be at Destination X. It almost becomes like the gimmick of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Right. And then though they do that for 4 years, and then it's not until the reboot to Impact where they change that to be kind of seemingly whenever, as the next 3 guys to cash in. That would be Brian Cage in 2019, Josh Alexander in 2021, and Frankie Kazarian at 2022. They did not cash in at Destination X. They cashed in at Homecoming, Bound for Glory, and Overdrive.
Yes. Again, I don't. Why? Why are they?
And I
I
don't
do not
even think
understand.
there's like a reason now why
Oh, good.
people don't do that more often. Like now that it's been broken away from like it's because you got to do it at Destination X.
And do a Destination X.
Right. That was now I don't think we even have a reason why. Then why can't you just why can't you just immediately go cash in? Why?
Well, that is fucking unfortunate. Yeah, this baffles me, like, as like legitimately as the fact that they're still doing this. Like, this wasn't like this was in the wilderness years. We have fucking Hogan, and is Bischoff here too in
I think
2012?
Bischoff is on his way out, if not
Okay,
already pretty much gone. But
okay, but either
Hogan
way,
is
like
still here.
this is in like the weird years of like Impact where they also thought Claire Lynch was a good idea, but they're still doing it and they have done nothing to improve it. In fact, they've actively made it worse. And I don't get why why they still do this to the X Division title. It's baffling. This is one of the most baffling like booking decisions in wrestling to me. Is like why?
Yeah.
Why do you do this?
The only real
Anyway.
thing now is that now the X Division title is the literally the number two the only secondary men's title that is for men because digital media is intergender, and then it's
Nice.
just the tag belts and then the knockouts belts. Because like at this point in time, they got the TV title for theoretically non-Flippy Boys and the X Division belt for the Flippy Boys. But
and the social media belt for the Zoomers.
yeah, that I don't want to get into that right now. I don't want to get into the fact that Tommy Dreamer is holding a belt in TNA now because of that thing. Don't want to get into that.
Anyway,
We'll get into it at the end when we talk about modern wrestling and,
cool.
and TNA Hard to Kill.
Hey, fuck.
But at this point, I think that's the real reason they don't do Option C very much because it is now just the number two belt in the company. So it's like
So let's not do this thing that actively devalues our number 2 men's only belt.
Yeah, it's like it's now used. Now they only do it when they have and they want an excuse to get to a match they want to do. Like they did it as an
Sure.
excuse to do Brian Cage versus Johnny Mundo. Then they did it to
Ha!
do
Okay, that's good.
Josh Alexander versus Christian Cage, and then they did it for Frankie Kazarian versus Josh Alexander.
Those are all pretty fucking cool matches to have, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But also still, goddamn it.
Yeah. Anyway, Bobby Roode comes down to the ring and gets real mad about the idea that Austin Aries is going to challenge him for the X Division title. It is open fight night, bitch. So, Aries tries to fight Roode. They brawl a bit. Then they get broken up. And then Mr. Anderson comes out and is like, I don't give a shit about which one of you wins the belt because I'm winning the BFG series. And so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
And then on this episode of Open Fight Night, which for those of you who didn't listen to our last episode, this is a gimmick that they introduced with Hogan's era, where every month there was one episode of Impact where all matches are made by you just going out to the ring, calling somebody out, and then they are contractually obligated to wrestle you right then and there.
No, is this a monthly thing? Holy shit.
Yeah, they did it every month.
Oh, that's
Open Fight Night.
Terrible. That's fucking exhausting.
It is. It's so exhausting of a gimmick to do every
Oh my God.
single month.
Well, that just became 10 times funnier. Okay, fuck.
Yeah, but this episode, they combine the Open Fight Night concept with the Bound for Glory series concept, which is basically the G1, but way more complicated. And so now
complicated tournament.
So now all the open challenges are just BFG people challenging each other.
Yeah, it's the most weird fucking use. Oh my god. 2012 TNA was cooking, and by cooking I mean, I don't know, putting up a fucking conspiracy board of booking ideas. Holy shit.
They were cooking, but it was meth.
There we go. There's the analogy. Nice one. Hey, well, hey, Claire Lynch.
Anyway, first match was Mr. Anderson. Anderson. Challenging Christopher Daniels because he dared to try to destroy a man's family.
Anderson fighting Christopher Daniels and Christopher Daniels Appletini, yes.
Yep. Anyway, Anderson, also these matches all have like a 10-minute time limit or something. 10, 15 minutes.
Sprint,
something really
no, 10.
small.
It was a 10. Sprinty
It was
boys.
10. Okay. It's 10-minute time limit. Anderson wins by pinfall and gets 7 points. We will cycle back to the points thing in a minute.
Yep.
We get throughout the night, we get Brooke Hogan sitting in her daddy's office to talk business with the Knockouts division to figure out who's going to get a title match tonight with Miss Tessmacher. It's all kind of dumb. It's mostly Brooke. Honestly, Brooke spends the whole time just being mad at anyone who has any significant others. Like, she kicks Madison out because Madison has got a crush that she's focusing on. And Brooke's like, my daddy told me to make your work your boyfriend.
I don't want her having any boyfriends, dude. Especially
Hogan knows best the entire series.
I can't wait to finally cover Hogan Knows Best and to just like have that be like take a shot every time Hogan discourages Brooke from ever like looking at another man ever.
Yep. Anyway, and then Robbie E comes to the ring and he's like, I'm not scared of anybody. I'll take anybody on. Anyone who wants to fight me. And so Kurt Angle's like, well, all right. I mean, you asked.
Angle comes and sits on him.
He squashes him, wins by submission for 10 points.
10 points. The stupidest. Submissions get you 10.
We'll be back to that later.
Stupid.
Also on this episode of Open Fight Night, they have admittedly been like pairing these gimmick up through one of the few months of TNA I've watched, where it's like the gut check stuff will always also happen on the BFG and it's not the BFG, the Open Fight Night episode.
Interesting.
But anyway, we get tonight's gut check contestant. That's a gimmick that TNA had where a rookie would have a match and
on
then
TV, a tryout match on TV.
Next week, tryout match on TV, and then the next week, this episode that we're gonna watch, a panel of judges will for shoots decide whether or not they get a contract.
Well, not just a panel of judges though. Also, all of you at home on social media,
but mostly the judges. It's all down to the 3 votes of the judges. And those judges are Taz, Bruce Pritchard, and Al Snow.
The 3 most normal men in all of pro wrestling.
Right. So Taylor Hendricks has wrestled as the gut check contestant. She's really just talking about how she loves wrestling and she had to overcome cancer at the age of 21. That's it.
She was being so dramatic about it at 21, She's so happy that she's out of those woods now, and has perspective to know that cancer is not in fact a big deal. Obviously,
yeah. And then Magnus, the future Nick Aldis, comes out to be like, I love me some women, but I'm no home wrecker. So get out here, AJ. And then he beats AJ Styles. Waka.
AJ's head isn't in the game, brother. Nick Aldis is married to Mickie James. That's interesting.
Yeah. The current SmackDown general manager, is married to Mickie James.
I keep forgetting he's the SmackDown GM. That's so fucking wild.
He is. Now his job is to make Paul Heyman's day worse, which honestly,
that's always a fun time. I'm sure it's a fun dynamic. Anyway.
Yeah, then the gut check challenge, Taylor Hendricks versus Tara, longtime knockout. Obviously, Tara wins. Nobody ever wins their tryout match.
Pretty much.
In the back, Joseph Park, the lawyer brother of Abyss, who's just a normal dude,
He wears glasses.
is getting bullied by Bully Ray. Bully finally living
Ha
up to
ha
his
ha ha.
name here.
Yes.
And he basically threatens to kick Joseph Park's ass if he ever sees him in the crowd ever again. And then we don't see Joseph Park.
Joseph Park says, my big brother will be here to protect me from my bullies.
And then Samoa Joe comes out to challenge the Cowboy James Storm, who just got back from almost retiring and hanging out on his ranch for a month. And then James Storm gets the win by pinfall for 7 more points. In the back,
even though he already has like 20 points from the Battle Royale ?
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago there was a Battle Royal where the winner gets 20 points. Just hilariously unbalanced.
So fucking broken, dude.
And,
gee, I wonder who's gonna win.
James Storm wins, and so he has 20 points up to start the entire BFG.
That's so fucked up.
Then Brooke Hogan, then backstage, back to the Knockouts debate session. Brooke Hogan kicks ODB out of the room because she's too focused over her husband, Eric Young. Whoopity doo. Then back to the ring. Bully Ray's like, "Do you know who I am?" And then nobody said anything.
Unfortunately,
goes,
yes.
Yeah, you do know who I
am. Nice save.
Anyway, he was like, I'm going for the easy dub tonight. I'm challenging the Pope, D'Angelo Dinero, and then Waka Waka, the Pope wins.
Based.
So, after the interference from Abyss, who is totally different than Joseph Park.
Honestly, I would have loved to have seen the newly ordained Pope Francis come out when Bully Ray made that call out. Would have been tremendous. You know, he just hit the papacy, and this is one of the first stops he's got to make is his annual TNA pilgrimage.
The first thing you got to do.
His holiness, you know.
Yep. Backstage, Hogan tells RVD and Hart and Jeff Hardy that they're the main event tonight, which it's a convenient that 2 main event dudes were not called out earlier in the BFG series, or maybe.
Well, hey, hold on now. You know, Angle was also there too, so they had a backup option. Worst came to worst. You know, what are the odds? 3 out of 10 guys could actually hold up a main event.
AJ could have 2 for sure.
AJ could have 2. CD could have as well. So it's a coin. It's a coin
all,
flip.
All I'm saying is he's lucky that it didn't come down to Robbie E versus the Pope.
True.
Main event of Impact, I guess.
Outstanding. Bully Ray couldn't hold up a main event though. Fuck you.
Yeah. So so they've been hyping that Velvet Sky was in this music video for this new country music act, Montgomery Gentry. And they show the first half of the music video uncut, just on TV. And also the music video sucks ass. I hate country music. Well, to be fair, I hate bro country music.
Yes.
I'm gonna differentiate that. And boy howdy, is Montgomery Gentry some bro country.
Yes.
And so not only do I think the song sucks, the music video is just Velvet Sky going about her normal day-to-day stuff. Like, she gets up at the hotel and she packs her bag and she goes to the airport and she works out. Like, this is the music video. This is bad. This is bad artistically. This sucks. Get me out of here.
There is no artistic merit here. It is pure dreck, pure schlock, nothing of originality. I'm pretty sure they filmed like the singer, like the 2 Montgomery Gentry singers on the fucking like TNA soundstage. It exists purely for this dumb cross promotion. Get it out of here.
Fuck off. we do get the reveal that Mickie James got the TNA Knockouts title match against Miss Tessmacher, the new champ. But Miss Tessmacher gets the roll up and the win to retain the belt. Good for her.
Yes.
Then our main event, RVD versus Jeff Hardy. Hardy gets the win. And so we throw up the BFG Series leaderboard. Now, you might think this would be pretty easy to keep track of. All right, sure. I mean, 7 points for a pinfall win and 10 points for a submission win is a little complicated, but sure. I mean, it's just 2 numbers. Surely it can't be that bad. But there in fact are more rules that I didn't mention earlier. Submissions are worth 10. Pinfalls are worth 7. Countouts are worth 5. DQs are worth 3. A draw is worth 2. And if you're a disqualification loss, it is negative 10 points.
What? Why are there so many points?
And then also, of course, they just have extra bonus matches that are worth a shitload of more points.
Why?
Don't think that this will be the last one of that opening battle.
Wait, that
Royal
wasn't just
gauntlet.
like a stupid single thing that they maybe overplayed. This is a recurring problem.
No, there will be more of them.
¿Por qué? Why do we need this? Why can't what possessed Dixie Carter / whoever the fuck else is in that writer's room to be like, oh
Vince
yeah,
Russo was also there.
Well, no, that doesn't explain it because Vince Russo hates wrestling. Why is he doing a thing that actively encourages having more wrestling?
That's true. Maybe this is his like reverse psychology plan. What if he makes wrestling complicated and shit? Then people will not want it. He's like,
true. Wait,
wrestling, do ya?
You're fucking cooking. Wait a minute, this is actually Russo's conspiracy to try to convince the general public that actually they hate wrestling too, and that they just want to watch a soap opera written by Vince Russo. But a manly soap opera where people don't hug each other because that's gay.
Right. Anyway, or like if you like a dude's abs, then you're gay.
Well, yeah.
This is because he said that about Finn Balor fans. Before.
What?
He did actually say that. He was like, "Bro, if you're a dude who likes Finn Balor, you're gay."
Cut to his full size Finn Balor cardboard cutout he has in his room.
Yeah,
bro, those must. He says no homo before he looks at pictures of Finn Balor.
those abs, no homo.
Those abs, no. And then he goes, "It's a joke, bro. I was joking. Can't you tell when I'm joking, bro?"
Yeah.
Fuck off. Anyway.
So then we end the night with Dixie Carter and AJ Styles finally, after weeks of talking around what the fuck is happening here, they are finally going to reveal the big secret. And then out comes this random woman we have never seen before, who says that her name is Claire Lynch and she is a drug addict.
Yes.
And that AJ Styles and Dixie Carter, despite the fact that everything we've seen up to this point kind of implies maybe they're having an affair, and the way they talk about it is the way you would talk about how you're having an affair, how your families are being ruined by this secret.
So, I vaguely talked to her about my secret, like we were having an affair.
Right. Like, we're going to talk about this Claire Lynch thing as if in ways that can be misconstrued as that we are fucking.
We're not going to include any specifics in our phone calls because reasons.
Yeah, we're going to say shit like, hey,
is your husband home right now?
Your husband's not home, right? You're going to say shit like that. So I just want to know before I come over.
and then not elaborate any further.
Yeah. To come over to your house so I can talk about Claire Lynch.
But we can't say her name though. We can't even say there's another person. We're just gonna say is your husband home, and that's it. Great job.
Yeah. Right. Here, come into my hotel room to talk about Claire.
That's it. That's it. Like, they don't even imply that Kazarian and Daniels were deceptively editing shit. Like, AJ
no, it is
and
AJ and Dixie treat all this shit as completely the truth.
They are the sussest fucking mother. This could be so easy to quash. We didn't need to milk 10 weeks of TV out of it, or however the fuck long. I don't know how long that actually
It felt like I watched 10 weeks.
Yeah, it's so tedious. I watched one episode and it was the tedious shit ever. Oh my god. Okay, well, the secret is out. And the secret is somehow 10 times more batshit.
Yeah, so basically Claire is a drug addict.
Is a drug addict.
Was down bad, and, she couldn't go to her family for help because she stole money from them to, like, fuel the habit. Yeah. But then Dixie is a family friend, I guess. And then her and AJ have done so much for her to help her, get clean and get right. And then Daniels comes running down as if, no, my grand scheme has failed. And then AJ kicks his ass. And then you'd think that's it. Didn't
Kazarian join him too? Didn't AJ double team him?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, you'd think this is like we're reaching a resolution of this plot, except we're not, because if we were, I would have had us cover the episodes where we do the affair shit. Instead, I skipped those because we're just getting started here.
This is somehow my name is Claire Lynch and I'm an addict is only the tip of the iceberg. The cheating thing wasn't even the iceberg itself. It was the water around the iceberg. And now we finally found the goddamn iceberg. And it starts with I'm an addict and somehow goes deeper. What is going to happen? I have been anticipating this. I have been dreading this. I'm so excited to know. And also I know that when I know, it's probably going to be terrible. And I'm probably going to hate it.
That's true.
This is like the epitome of Pandora's box on this fucking show. Help me.
Yeah, so come back in the back half where if you want to see where Claire Lynch goes next, but also we already know that more Bound for Glory matches to come, including some that maybe didn't even make air, because house shows are included in the BFG series. So maybe maybe there are points that people can't even see that have been earned.
How in the fuck do people compare Tony Khan to Dixie Carter? Like, I know Tony can be a goober, but holy shit, this is a whole new level of, like, just fucked up decision after fucked up decision. How?
Bro, what? Imagine if AEW, I mean, it's a little different now because AEW doesn't do house shows anymore because they have Collision. But imagine if he had announced in a world where that didn't happen and the Continental Classic still happened, and Tony Khan was like, actually, half the matches are taking place on unaired house shows.
The Continental Classic isn't here! The Continental Classic isn't here! It's on house shows!
And we will show highlights on Dynamite, and that's all you're going to get.
Holy fucking. And also, there's an insanely complicated point system. If you breathe on your opponent wrong, you lose a point. Fuck you. Oh my god. If you do a bit too much sports entertainment to wrestling ratio, if you fuck that up, that's a minus 5 points, bucko.
Hey gang, you want to watch Jay White wrestle John Moxley? Well, guess what? That's on the house show loop.
Which, be a crazy thing to give a house show, but also, fuck off.
Also, though, they announced on this show is that we're getting a rematch from Slammiversary where AJ Styles and Kurt Angle, yeah, by the way, they're the tag team champions,
Yeah,
will
baby.
defend the belts against Kaz and Daniels. It's still wild that this
After
storyline is the
attempting
birth of Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels as a tag team.
Yeah, which is this. All of this is insane. And after their failed attempt at ruining AJ's life for reasons, they are given a tag rematch for reasons. Why they didn't just do this in the first place rather than try to like blackmail AJ Styles is anybody's guess.
It is so funny they're getting a tag title rematch on TV. It's man, you'd think they have a good in with the owner, except the owner who they have been harassing.
Yeah, somehow they are not uber mega fired. Somehow they still have jobs. And
that's just how wrestling works. Wrestling and nobody gets fired for being a shitty to their boss.
Yeah, right? Oh my god. Anyway.
Yeah, so we are going to be watching, again, the June 28th, 2012 episode of Impact. If you'd like to watch along with us, easiest place to do that is they think they've rebranded it TNA Plus now. They were Impact Plus for a while. I think they've finished the rebrand of TNA Plus. But yeah, TNA has a streaming service that has almost all of their TV episodes, definitely everything from 2012. And that is what we are going to be watching it on. They do put a shitload of full shows on YouTube for free.
They do.
So I'm going to quickly check if it's on YouTube because I did.
And if they do, I would recommend it. Fam, I'm not gonna lie, the TNA Plus UI is not the most easily navigable thing I have ever seen.
It's really not. It's very disappointing in that way.
It's kind of hard to find shit.
It
took me way too long to find our last fucking episode. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. Unfortunately, no. A lot of the pay-per-views of this era around this time are on YouTube for free, like Slammiversary, Against All Odds.
Impact's goated ass like YouTube channel that always manages to upload topical clips within 5 seconds of them becoming topical again.
Well, hey, if you just want to watch the tag title match, that is full and free on YouTube.
Well, that's exciting.
So how about that?
I'm very happy for them.
Otherwise, unfortunately, no. TNA Plus is the only way to watch this one.
Oh boy! All right, get your safari hats on, people. Grab your machetes. You gotta go hiking through the jungle a little bit.
Yep. So we will be back to discuss the next part of the Claire Lynch saga.
Lord help us.
And we are back. We have finished the June 28th, 2012 episode of TNA Impact.
Yes, we have. I regret to report that I am a bit ill, perhaps because this was such a sick episode of Impact.
No, we had the twists. I promised twists and turns.
And there were indeed twists and a little bit of turning. The nature of such rotations.
I can't wait to talk about it.
I have mixed feelings about.
Just because I knew this was the episode where these events occurred did not mean that I knew how they got to that point, and it's so much funnier to me than I could have imagined.
It's so weird. It's already like 2 episodes in, and my assessment is just this shit is just terminally fucking weird. So yeah, it's fucked up. It's sick, if you will, but for real, if you hear me like coughing or clearing my throat a lot, I'm sorry. I'm trying to chug water to deal with it. Please forgive me, dear listening audience.
Yeah. Okay. So we get the recap from last week of Option C and the Claire Lynch fiasco.
Doesn't make any of them any less weird. It's weird.
It's gonna get worse when we get the explanations for all of the evidence.
Oh my god. Okay. So
I was cracking my ass up at some of that.
After our reality show ass last time on TNA,
Previously on TNA.
previously on TNA, we get yet another voyeuristic shot of Dixie and AJ backstage, and Dixie is none too happy about how their plan went down last week. Which Dixie, come here first. Dixie,
what was
Dixie,
the plan?
You bailed on your fucking plan. You can't be all like, maybe it didn't go the way I wanted it, when you're the reason it didn't go the way you fucking wanted it to. Oh my god. I also find it very funny that with this like voyeuristic ass like backstage, like AJ and Dixie are now very openly not having an affair, and yet this backstage promo is still managing to somehow give the exact same we're totally having an affair energy.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Yeah. Did you also pick up on that? Because it still felt weird.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's the voyeurism element of it.
Yeah,
but like they're standing so close to each other.
Fuck yeah, I know, and the camera guy is like just off. Like the TNA Impact is a show for fucking perverts, okay?
Absolutely, they got all the cameramen are perverts in TNA.
They're catering to the audience. That's their tagline. TNA, a show for perverts. Let's go, baby.
Right. Anyway, but Dixie is glad that at least it's all out in the open and they can move on. And AJ's like, "Oh, I'm moving on. All right, I'm about to beat the piss out of Daniels and Kazarian tonight. He's putting the final nail in the coffin."
He's extremely relieved about this.
Yep. But then, oh no, Claire Lynch has a story to tell tonight.
Yes, milking Claire's personal tragedy for content. Stay classy, wrestling.
So the first match of the episode is right into the BFG series.
Of course.
Do we have any assholes in this building tonight?
Okay. Something I gotta say is I love how Mr. Anderson's music starts up. He comes out and the mic drops down, and then his music just cuts off. Just suddenly fucking randomly cuts off when he's ready to talk. And then he talks, and then it just hits back on again like nothing. There is no transition. There is no part one or part two to this song. That sound guy hits the cut button when he fucking hits it. And that's the end of that.
Yeah, I still love that Mr. Anderson is calling his fans assholes. Like, that's the bit. And
well, yeah.
Because this asshole is from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Green Bay getting that pop, that Green Bay pop. You'll love to see it.
And so on commentary, they mentioned that Mr. Anderson has 9 points, and here we fucking go. Because if you remember last time, he won one match to get 7 points. But here's the thing. They've had 3 house shows since this last episode aired. And they all had
my fucking god! I forgot that house shows. I already forgot that part. Fuck me.
So guess what, guys? Most of the BFG series is now not watchable because it's on house shows.
Holy fucking fuck! TNA really is a show for fucking perverts.
And also on TNA's B show Explosion. But guess what? You can't find that shit online either.
Why the fuck not?
Old episodes of Explosion are just lost, apparently. I don't know.
They never saved them.
I don't know. They taped over them like the BBC.
They had fucking VHSs. Is there anything important on this? Nah, the entire library of Explosion.
It's just Explosion. It's
just
So during these episodes, I will be keeping us up to date on what happens on the house shows so that you at home can follow along. What has happened in the last week that has affected the BFG series?
How many house shows have they had in a week?
3.
What?
3. They had 3 house shows: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, First we had TNA Base Brawl 2012, whatever the fuck that is. I guess they did it at the baseball stadium in Buffalo, New York. Hopefully, that would make sense.
Oh my!
Anyway, it's a house show, and what happened is Samoa Joe defeated Mr. Anderson to get his first by pinfall to get his first win of the BFG series. And then James Storm, because he isn't far enough ahead, he beat Robbie E. So now by pinfall to get another 7 points.
Yeah, he's now at fucking like 36 or some shit.
Yeah, we'll get there. On Saturday we had a house show in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, where on this house show Samoa Joe submitted Robbie E to get 10 more points. And then Christopher Daniels defeated Kurt Angle by count out. So CD now has 5 points.
What the fuck?
And then at the Sunday house show in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Thank you, CageMatch.net, for giving me all of these results so I can follow.
All hail Cage Match.
James Storm and Mr. Anderson had a 10-minute time limit draw, so both of them get 2 points. And that is how Mr. Anderson has 9 points at this point.
And James Storm has 36.
James Storm has 36. Yep, James Storm has 36. CD now has 5. Samoa Joe now has 17 points after finishing last week with 0. And that is all the results that happened on a house show.
Well, so, that's really fucking fucked up.
And at some point, I will also count up how many BFG matches each person is having, because I guarantee it is not equal right now.
Oh, the ratio, I'm sure, is also like, yeah.
Samoa Joe has already had 4 BFG matches, including this show, and AJ Styles has had the 1 from last
how the hell
week.
does that work? Because ironically, as fucking stupid as Open Fight Night was, that's kind of the most fair way.
Everyone had 1 match.
Yeah, now it's just up to the bookers. What?
As opposed, this is why New Japan releases the entire schedule for the G1 all at once. And also this is why the G1 and the C2 in AEW have very defined brackets.
Yeah, correct.
For the tournament. So they're like, this is how many matches there are.
Yeah,
AEW
there is
release
no
all of their matches at once, like G1 did, but it was very clear how many matches everyone was going to have.
The 2 little squares, and everyone's facing everybody else. Let's fucking go.
The BFG series has no defined parameters for the number of matches that are in this tournament. They're just going until October.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. So
I do have my whiteboard. We will be covering the current standings as of the end of this episode when we
I'm very excited. Also, I want to point out something I noticed about Mr. Anderson. His voice is just the actual version of The Rock's Triple H impression. He unironically does the from Green Bay, Wisconsin. He actually does the little at the end of his sentence. He is who the fuck The Rock thinks Triple H is.
That's terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found him. We got him. So Anderson's here to fight, and he's here to fight Rob Van Dam, who, listening to I made this observation on our first Vince versus God arc episode when we had RVD come out to talk about Money in the Bank. I've between his theme song in WWF then and his theme song here in TNA, I'm just kind of putting my tinfoil hat on and just convinced myself that actually everybody who made an RVD theme just made it a Walk by Pantera knockoff.
Everyone tried to just knock off Pantera.
Yeah, they all know that there is no better theme song for RVD than Walk by Pantera. So they said, fuck it, we're not even going to try.
Yep. Rob Van Dam. The whole effing show.
Yeah. Respect. Yeah.
What do you say? Anyway, also Hulk Hogan tweeted out for the masses that the time limit has been up to 15 minutes.
Oh, that explains why these matches didn't feel as like insanely sprinty as last week.
Which I hate because that feels like we defeated the purpose now. Like last week had a unique feel of like we got 10 minutes, we gotta fucking go. And none of the matches this week even got close to 15 anyway, or even 10. This match went less than 6. But there's less urgency this way. I'm
there
like, thanks, guys. You made it worse.
I don't like hate it. Like, again, I was kind of weirded out by the like crazy sprinty pace last week, but I will admit it added a uniqueness that now is like a little bit lost.
No, like,
I will admit
TV matches never really go longer than 15 anyway. So it's like this is now everyone's just wrestling their normal pace of match.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's a pretty solid match though.
It's super chain wrestling heavy.
Oh my god.
Like,
yeah,
you would not really expect that from you wouldn't really expect that from Ken Anderson and Rob Van Dam. But these guys were working
that from Rob Van Dam. I've seen RVD do some chainy shit before.
But they were doing roll-ups and chain wrestling and technical map work.
They start off like they open the match like essentially trading cradles, which is wild. Trying to get that early pin. Anderson does this crazy move at one point. He starts to do what looks like a spear. Like he launches himself horizontal, he launches himself like flat toward RVD. But then kind of when he catches RVD, he flips horizontal around RVD's torso and gets him down for a pin attempt, which was crazy fucked up. I have no idea what that was. Also, at one point, Van Dam gets Anderson in like the most bizarre submission hold I think I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. So he did, because it was a cool whole sequence, because RVD gets in an abdominal stretch, then he rolls that into a roll up, then Ken Anderson kicks out, and RVD transition, into this like weird ground submission that looks kind of like a backpack hold or what. I don't know what he's doing.
He's got Anderson sitting down, and he's got his arms like fucking like spider grabbed around his limbs, and I guess he's like pulling them outward. And it's and all I can imagine is that RVD was told, that he could get more points in the BFG series if he gets a submission win. So and RVD naturally goes, let me go smoke about this. And then
he just came up with it while he was high.
Goes up to his hotel room, lit up a bong, sees like a spider in his hotel room, and goes, hey, what if I just did that shit? And then, or maybe he was looking at a backpack, to your point. Who's to say?
Whoa, I got an idea.
So that was fucked up, but also awesome. There's also a great bit from RVD where Anderson runs the ropes on RVD. RVD leapfrogs him, kind of hits Anderson, and then RVD goes to run the ropes. Anderson goes to leapfrog him back, but RVD fucking fakes him out and catches out of midair from the leapfrog, which was a cool little bit of in-ring psychology from RVD. Yeah. He goes for the split leg on Anderson at one point, but Anderson is able to get his knees up and pin him for the near fall.
Yep. Anderson goes for the mic check. RVD blocks him. Anderson turns that into a neck breaker for a 2 count. Then Anderson with a fireman's carry hold. This is important. RVD gets out of that. Anderson locks in a sleeper hold. RVD hits Anderson in the corner to get him to break that up. Anderson tries the fireman's carry again, but RVD drops down into a crucifix pin for the 1, 2, and the 3.
Yeah, RVD for the dub, and now he's tied for 5th with like 3 other guys.
He is on the board.
He's on the board. We love to see it. Is it just me? I don't think I pointed this out last time. Is it just me, or is the Impact ring small? It looks a little small.
I actually don't know.
It would be really funny if it was, just because Jesus fucking Christ, TNA Impact can't do rings normal to save its goddamn life.
I'm kind of curious because I know that this is a real thing, like the transition of like ring size, especially versus WWE, which has a different ring size than everyone else.
Oh, it does?
It has been. It has in the past, yeah. But it's like I actually don't know who has what size off the top of
That's
my head.
that's fair. Well, I noticed because like
Okay.
watching.
Okay. All right. This Wikipedia. Excuse me. Wikipedia seems to have the best answer I can find on like who has what.
Yeah.
Because WWE, AEW, and Ring of Honor use a 20 by 20 foot
Okay.
ring, while in the past WCW and ECW have used, and Impact and MLW currently use an 18 by 18 foot ring.
Ah,
I don't
shit.
know if TNA was use 18 by 18 here, but it's totally possible that they use a smaller ring than you're used to seeing because WWE and AEW use 20 by 20.
Yeah, well, because I was noticing like
And broadly, you also like smaller indie shows and smaller venues also use 18 by 18 or 16 by 16 to make it easier to fit in the
yeah.
ring. And it's like a legitimate point
GCW
of
probably
like,
does something smaller.
yeah,
I would
it's a
imagine.
it's a legitimate like thing that like wrestlers have to learn how to adapt to because their entire rhythm of their moveset is based on the size of the
The
ring.
size of the ring. Yup.
Yeah.
Well,
So like,
that's why because watching that sequence for RVD and Anderson were running the ropes, I was like, their pace seems weird. And watching closer, I'm like, it feels like they're traveling less, and so they're going slower to accommodate for that.
yeah.
So okay, well, that's fucking fascinating. There we go.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did have a note in here. How the fuck does Anderson have 9? Now we know.
Yep.
Yeah, the great job from the Impact team explaining absolutely zero about any of the fucking house show scores. They just throw it up there and they're like, "Yeah, that's the scores." And
I love that I love that they
further.
didn't even film like highlights of these matches because, like, as an example point, NXT does the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, as that's been a semi-regular tournament for them for a while now.
We do love it.
And sometimes they have matches that happen on NXT house show loops just because, especially when they were in the 1 hour a week era, you know, they don't have time to like air every single match on TV. But you know what they did for matches they didn't air on television? They filmed and showed the endings on TV so that everyone knows what happened.
Yeah, highlight reels, baby. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I don't know why TNA is. It makes it feel like the points are made up, and they're not. But the fact they just say these guys wrestled a match and got points makes it sound like they just made it up.
TNA Impact BFG Series. Whose line is it anyway? The points are made up, or the points are made up, or games are made up, and points don't matter, or fucking whatever.
The matches are fixed, and the points don't matter.
True, fucking true. Let's get Wayne Brady in there, you know. Anyway, so moving on, X Division champion Austin Aries is here to address the crowd once more.
Who is ready for a little dose of greatness?
Absolutely. Somehow a babyface gimmick. Somehow a babyface gimmick.
This Rude versus Aries is so interesting because it's a battle between two assholes, and the crowd just likes one of them.
Yeah, they're both kind of dicks. Fucking Austin Aries coming out here with the X Division belt, essentially to say, yeah, facing other cruiserweights is boring.
He does, because he's like, because he's like this. The title was the decision
about
the decision was not easy to do because I mean I've beaten everybody in the X Division and I've even beaten heavyweights. I think it's time I get some bigger competition. But I also want to respect this belt.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. He's like, yeah, fucking
I've beaten every one of these fucking scrubs.
I'm better than all of you, but I still respect the X Division though. Fuck off.
But I've beaten all these fucking scrubs. But
these lightweight losers. Give me the big dogs. You know, send me the Moose.
So he was talking to H double Hulk Hogan To which I wrote,
Fuck
stop
off.
it.
Red flag that you call him that, first of
Yeah,
all.
so he recaps option C, and he's like, well, people been asking me what's going to happen to the X division now, and he's like, well, he announces there will be a tournament at Destination X to crown a new X division champion, which will take up most of the matches on Destination X.
And now, and tonight, it turns out we will be getting qualifier matches for that tournament. So that's
and
exciting.
apparently, the whole X division backstage was sucking Aries' dick. Because according to him, they're all like, man, you're an inspiration. How you came here without a contract and you got to the top of the division, and now you're getting your opportunity for the world title. And
dude.
that can be us next year.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm sure that's exactly what they were fucking doing. I'm sure they were just all taking turns sucking Aries the fuck off and not being like, bro, why are you fucking disrespecting the belt like this? What the fuck?
And then Bobby
He's just an asshole.
Yeah. No.
Also, wait. Point of Aries didn't have a contract a year ago? What?
Probably not when he initially came to TNA. That was probably like
so he just had this fucking crazy meteoric rise in the span of like less than a year.
Yeah, he's only been in TNA for like a year.
Jesus, was he like a super established like indie guy or something?
Yes, he was. Okay. He was a big name. He was a big name in Ring of Honor.
So all the smarks are already bought in on the Austin.
They all buy into this dude. Yeah.
All right, got it. All right, yes, Bobby Roode crashes the promo, much to everybody's surprise.
Yeah, I liked the sign that said "It's nice to be rude."
Yes,
that's nice. I like that.
Both of the obvious puns were gone for tonight. Someone's going for a Bobby Roode pun, and then later on, Taz went for a Bully Ray bullying pun. So we're just hitting all those. Yeah. I tried to avoid it last week, but no, I guess there's no point.
So Roode is like, I couldn't help but overhear how pathetically overconfident you were sounding tonight. And Bobby Roode is like, take a good look at me and look at this. This is the real world championship.
Take a look. Take a look at your belt. Now take a look back at mine. Now
back to me. Now back to your belt. Now back to me.
Old
Do you want to know why this is a real world championship? Aries goes, because you defended it all over the world. Because I made it that way.
And Aries goes, yeah, sure, bud, whatever. But like,
I single-handedly made this world title the most important thing in the industry. Single-handedly, all by yourself.
But like, what is he alluding to there? Like, to the people that he fought? ?
I guess. But Roode is like, hey, you want to talk about opportunities? There are 12 men out there scratching and clawing for an opportunity to face the it factor of professional wrestling. And the only reason you got this opportunity is because of Hulk Hogan, which is correct. Again, that is exactly how that happened.
Yeah, once again, Aries is like, what do you mean by that? But was it just Hogan? He keeps questioning what like Bobby Roode is attributing shit to, but then doesn't ever elaborate.
No, Roode tells me to shut up when he tries to interject about this.
Correct, base.
No, I wrote this all down because I liked it. The only reason you're getting an opportunity to step in the ring with me is because of Hogan, because of his stupid little option C. Let me tell you what option C really is. Option C is nothing but a failure. Because you see, Aries, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting up the X division for failure. And at Destination X, the it factor of professional wrestling, Bobby Roode will make sure that you fail. Because you see, Aries, you're not even in my league. So do me a favor, kid, and get the hell out of my ring.
Based? Fucking based? Yeah, fucking Bobby Roode spitting bars here. I think I'm on his side. God damn.
But then Aries is like, oh, so you think it's your ring? But well, what if I think it's my ring?
Oh, God, here comes Daniel Bryan to declare that it's our ring, comrades.
Yeah. So Aries is like, well, if you think it's your ring and you want me to get out, and if I think it's my ring and I want you to get out, well, then, Base slaps the mic out of Bobby Roode's hands. Why don't you make me leave?
Yeah.
And then they
the two
start
of them
undressing aggressively.
Oh my god! I also wrote down that they get aggressively shirtless! Oh my god! Our minds, Austin, the shared brain cell is firing on all cylinders this morning. Oh my god, that's incredible. Yeah, they get aggressively shirtless at each other before Bobby Roode just fucking bails.
Great. They don't fight. Whatever. Glad that happened.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row where they cock tease they're gonna have an early fight, and then they just don't. They just
It's fine.
They get a little naked about it, and then leave.
We're like 10 days away from Destination X. It's fine. They'll have their match.
The cock teasing. Oh god.
So we go backstage with Claire Lynch and Dixie Carter, who have a series of interviews tonight, where Claire gives her side of the story.
Claire Lynch lore time, yes.
So Claire Lynch is like, she met AJ through Dixie because her mom is close friends with Dixie, so they just met at like a house party or something.
Yeah.
And so the interview was like, so when was the moment it all fell apart? And Claire was like, it's when Daniels and Kazarian learned that AJ was helping me, and it just started twisting the truth to blackmail us.
Okay.
And then like the interview is like, so have you ever met Kaz and Daniels? And she's like, no way.
Yeah.
And then that's it for the time being.
Oh, I was expecting things a little more explosive than that, but that's fine. She's still got more. She's still got more story to tell. I'm sure it'll get more. I'm sure these backstage interview tell-alls will get more interesting as the night goes on. I have no doubt about that. There's more story to tell. It's fine. It's fine.
Come on, you gotta be patient. We gotta build to this.
We gotta build.
So
okay.
But backstage, Frankie Kazarian is pissed off because he's like, you lied to me, Daniels, and I threw away a friendship of years, but for 6 months buying your bullshit. And so Kazarian doesn't even want to tag with Daniels tonight.
Yeah. Oh no.
And that's going to come up later.
Coexist.
We are coexisting here.
Yes.
Match number 2.
Coexisting here.
Yeah. Match number 2, the first qualifying match for the Destination X tournament. It's Sanjay
Dutt. Actually wrestling? I didn't realize that was legal.
Yeah, I guess for you, this is new for you because you really just know him as like the annoying manager of Planet Jarrett.
Now I vaguely knew he had wrestling because I know the whole reason like he and fucking Jay Lethal are buddies or because they met in TNA when Jay Lethal was being Randy Savage but black.
Right.
But I didn't realize that in 2012 we would be getting some Sanjay Dutt action. But
he is taking on Rubik's.
Who has a puzzle mask.
Which checks, actually that makes sense because his main gimmick at this point was being Jigsaw in Chikara. So
the fuck?
He probably just wore the same fucking mask.
Why is he Rubik's then?
Because Chikara is its own wrestling name.
Oh my! So wait, does Chikara do like WWE shit where they give you your own fucking like identity that they own?
Yes, they all have specifically weird gimmicks.
Oh damn! Okay, well fair enough.
Orange Cassidy was an ant.
Oh yeah, the fire ant. We love the fire ant.
It's part of the ant colony.
Wait, there was a whole colony?
Yes, there's a whole stable, the colony.
Oh my fucking! And he was an ant. He was an Ant-Man. Yeah. Fucking Chikara, man. What a weird goddamn promotion.
So maybe TNA. I don't know the specific legalities of this gimmick, but I do know he's primarily known for being Jigsaw.
Well, speaking of legalities, he does spell Rubik's with an X rather than a K and an S. So he is legally distinct.
Yes, but he is still named after a child's toy. So
yes, correct.
Not a great sign for him winning this match, but
at least he's not also named after one of the like weirdest fucking like horror movie villains in all of history.
I desperately want to know if the gimmick of the Jigsaw Chikara gimmick is that he's a knockoff of Saw or if he just really likes puzzles. We could go multiple ways.
Either the dweeb route or the other dweeb route, you know?
Well, now I gotta know, when did he start playing Jigsaw? Did that actually come before Saw? I have to consider the possibility.
Oh, fuck, that might be a possibility. I don't know like when Chikara started up. I don't know like how he looked like a younger guy.
Yeah, I mean he debuted in 2002.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
I think that does predate Saw.
He's only ever wrestled as Jigsaw and Rubik's, so like he did late 2002. He was Jigsaw.
That predates Saw.
Oh my god!
So Saw actually stole from Chikara is what
man.
I'm hearing.
He's just a puzzle man.
He's just a puzzle man. The puzzle man. I'm puzzling over here. Oh my god. Okay, but anyway, the match itself, honestly, holy shit, Sanjay Dutt. Why don't you wrestle anymore? He was cooking.
History of injuries, I guess, because he's older and shit.
Oh, I guess. But
he was
my
too busy
man
cooking with cool ass shit, like where he jumped over the top turnbuckle to do a apron leg drop.
Oh my god. Yeah, or like crazy fucking like head scissor DDT shit, but like he went like even for a head scissor DDT, he went like super extra with it. I swear he put a fucking extra twirl in there or something. Also, commentary note from Taz that I gotta give some credit. I missed this, but Robbie fucking caught it. He was watching with me. Taz looks at Rubik's and remarks, growing up in the Bronx, not a lot of people had masks like that. They had masks, but not like that. Gang violence. Thanks, Taz.
Thanks, Taz.
Thank you, Taz. And
it's important to know. It's important to let the people know that Rubik's is from the Bronx, but he's not in a gang.
But he says, well, maybe he's not from the Bronx. They don't have masks like that in the Bronx, brother.
It's true.
Oh my god. But it's just generally like a crazy man. I don't know if you have that many notes on it.
Not really, but it's a lot of big old crazy spots. Sanjay wins the match with top rope moonsault double stomp.
What the fuck? Yeah, that was I don't know if I've seen a move like that before.
Where it asks
that
the question, crazy. What if you took Finn Balor's coup de grace but also did a mid-air backflip?
And the answer is it's actually pretty fucking sick. So
yeah, so Sanjay gets the big dub, and then after the match, Christy Hemme wants to interview with Sanjay, and he's like, he came back to the Impact Zone for one reason, because he has never won the X Division title.
Okay, yes, but you're forgetting to throw in there the fact that my man is extremely winded throughout this entire promo. So it's I came back to win the X Division championship. He was struggling a little bit, but we still love you, Sanjay.
Yep. So then backstage, we get a preview of Taz, Bruce Pritchard, and Al Snow talking about Gut Check and talking about how all these kids today are so entitled.
Yeah,
but not Taylor.
We're gonna see the fuller clip later. I don't know why they show us that already now, but okay.
Because we got to get the people excited about listening to Taz, Bruce Pritchard, and Al Snow talking.
Oh yeah, real compelling discourses we're gonna see. Austin Aries. We cut to a pre-tape. Austin Aries is biking around shirtless.
Yeah, I wrote that. He's just biking shirtless, and he's talking.
Yeah, I like to kill a lot of birds. Austin Aries, 2012.
Yeah, so he's just like he just talks about how great of a match it's going to be between him and Rude. They give him
and he talks again about how fucking boring it is that he's fought all these fucking jabroni ass cruiserweights and now he wants bigger boys. But because what I just referenced, he says I like to kill a lot of birds with one stone. And I'm like, that's such a fucked up thing to say. So
I thought you were vegan, bro. Why are you talking about liking killing birds?
He likes to kill birds. That's a quote from him now. I like to kill birds. Austin Aries, 2012. There we go.
Fake vegan Austin Aries.
Fake vegan Austin Aries.
I would absolutely get blocked on Twitter by him if I ever said that to him.
Throw in that he's short for good measure.
Yeah, he's Austin Aries is a manlet and a fake vegan.
Yeah,
At Austin Aries.
That's the thing. He fucking points out the fact that he's a short king. He's like, I was looked down on in the industry for a while because I'm so short. Which, oh yeah, that's why he hates Johnny Impact so much. I forgot about that.
Yep.
It's because Johnny's just really jealous of those fucking legs.
No, and he's like, I've been in wars here in TNA when Bobby Roode has been winning matches with beer bottles. I've been winning with brain busters.
I don't think I have any weaknesses. Cut to
I don't
Twitter.
think. Oh my god. Yep. Noted babyface Austin Aries saying, I don't think I have any weaknesses.
Oh, what a fucking dumbass. Oh my god.
And then Bobby Roode is interviewed. They try to like gotcha him because back in May he did this interview where he talked about how him and Austin Aries would be a sick match. And it's like, so why are you such a dick about it now?
Enthusiastic about it, which is interesting. Was Bobby Roode a face at the start of his title run? Oh.
No. He was
just weirdly earnest about it. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, he was just being earnest, and he's like, I guess it would. I have beaten everybody, and maybe Aries would have a good opportunity, but I'm not scared of some X Division wrestler. Is what he basically says.
Yeah, nice backpedaling there, brother.
Yeah, anyway, we get highlights from Taylor Hendricks from versus Terror last week, which is the only knockouts action we will see all night.
Oh my fucking god, you're right. I didn't think about that.
There was no knockouts match.
That's unfortunate.
There was only one promo too.
Holy shit! Yeah, a distinct lack of Brooke Hogan on this episode.
There was enough for me, brother. I got this.
Yeah, we got a little bit going.
So Taz, Bruce Pritchard, and Al Snow are sitting in the back debating.
Okay, okay. I do want to point out. So we get a shot of them walking into their super secret trailer to discuss the hiring or firing of Taylor, or the non-hiring of Taylor Hendricks, and Taz cracks some joke, and I fucking hate this. Al Snow at whatever Taz says goes, "Thank you, Taz," with the exact same cadence that I do. Thanks, I hate it.
No, we can't be sharing any similarities with Al Snow. We have to get out. We have to avoid this.
Yes. Oh god. So Jesus.
This conversation is stupid, and somehow I took notes on most.
So I know. Okay, so first off,
all completely asinine. Honestly.
It's so fucking asinine, dude. Okay. So a couple things off the bat. First of all, quick correction. Apparently, what Taylor Hendricks talked about in her promo video last week is that it was apparently a cancer misdiagnosis. I missed that.
They did not. I didn't make that clear last week.
Yes.
I only knew about it because Taz brought it up as a
and then I looked up her Wikipedia a little bit afterward. Okay. Also, a question for you, Austin. How worked is this? Because I legitimately can't tell.
I don't know how worked these conversations are. The later gut check is not a work.
But it kind of is, though.
Well, okay, it is for Joey. They're using this to build a story for Joey Ryan, but also later, they legitimately, as an example, when they do like Brian Cage versus Jay Bradley, 9/11 for TNA fans. When it's been said that they told Cage they were going to sign him via gut check, and then they picked Jay Bradley, and they legitimately signed Jay Bradley and not Brian Cage. So the answers to the the answers to yes or no, will we sign you, is totally fucking legit. But to the degree that they built this pomp and circumstance around it, I'm not actually sure.
It's so bizarre. Okay, so Al Snow doesn't want to. My main thing is
little anything. It's mostly Taz and Bruce Pritchard arguing.
I know Al Snow is just so fucking not not there.
No, Pritchard is kind of like grumble. I don't know if she's ready.
Pritchard is Pritcharding it up, yeah.
And Taz's like, well, I mean, are you looking for potential? Are you looking for someone who's game ready? And then Pritchard tries to be a both sideser and be like, well, it's both. I'm looking for someone who's game ready now, but has the potential. to be a superstar.
Oh my god, I fucking
And
hate
then-
wrestling talking heads. Taz,
so
unsurprisingly,
stupid.
being the best of all of us here.
Now he takes
What a
the
fucking
positive side. Pritchard keeps arguing for why they shouldn't sign her.
yeah.
'Cause
And then Al
Taz-
Snow just kind of pops in. Sometimes he's like, "I'm here too."
Yeah, Taz and Al Snow are the ones who are like, yeah, I hate these fucking entitled young people, blah, blah, blah. And then Pritchard's like, well, I can put up with assholes as long as they can go in the ring. And he's like, Taz, would anyone buy a pay-per-view to see Taylor Hendricks?
Bruh, the fuck kind of like thought process is that?
And then Bruce asks Al about this. And Al's like, well, maybe, but then Al Snow makes up an entire hypothetical scenario where they build up Taylor Hendricks and then she becomes a diva and annoying to work with. And it's like, that isn't representative of anything you've seen of her before. Now you're just doom posting and making stupid hypotheticals.
On that grounds, you don't hire anybody.
Yeah, because anybody could eventually be an annoying asshole to work with.
I now understand why you were so disinterested in that Netflix wrestling documentary on OVW.
Nah, fucking Al
Because
Snow.
Al Snow is fucking annoying.
I fucking hate listening to Al Snow talk.
It's so dumb.
And he didn't even really have any of his.
He didn't contribute anything.
He barely contributed. He didn't have any of his favorite dumb takes when like Bruce was questioning whether Taylor was good. I almost expected him to start like jumping in about how she sucks because she's not a draw, because he is super in the camp of the best match is the one that draws the most.
Oh my fucking god.
Al Snow is unironically very openly of the opinion that the only good wrestlers are ones that draw money.
Motherfucker,
which is ironic because he has absolutely never drawn money.
Yeah, motherfucker, you book OVW, get off your goddamn high horse, take your head all the way out of your ass, smell the fucking roses. Fuck off.
But whatever. Next match.
Yeah, Bully Ray versus Joe.
Yeah, they replay bullying Joseph Park last week. And I wrote I'm not interested enough to take notes on this.
Yeah, I don't care.
It was a super TV wrestling match, is what I'll say.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that too. Bully at the beginning of the match tries to like get in Joe's face and tell him you're afraid of me, and Joe's just kind of like, okay.
No. I was kidnapped by ninjas, buddy. I'm not afraid of you.
When you've been through hell like I have. Mike Tenay on commentary tries to tease the mystery of where the Bound for Glory pay-per-view is gonna be held, and then Taz fucking comes in and it's like, why the fuck are you pretending like you don't know? We all know. Taz! Taz, this is not how you get people interested in shit, Taz.
God, Bully is like trying to target the arm because Joe can't get in the rear naked choke.
The rear naked choke?
Whatever. Bully Ray, blah, 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 blah. I did laugh when Bully Ray went for a middle rope senton and ate complete shit. That was hilarious.
Taz at one point tries to shame Samoa Joe for consuming his own bodily fluids. I have no fucking clue what that was.
I don't know what that's about. That feels like Samoa Joe lore that I don't know.
Did he look? Because Bully Ray does something to him, and you can see like Samoa Joe has his hand around his face, and Taz just goes, "Oh yeah, that's sanitary." And I'm like, "What did he do? Did he like pick his nose or something? I don't fucking know." Or like he had some snot coming. I don't fucking whatever. Taz is just in his own little world as always.
Taz is being Taz here.
Taz is being Taz.
So Joe goes, Bully middle rope senton, eats shit, hilarious.
Fuck you.
Later, Bully boots Joe in the face on the outside, and Bully tries to go for the count out win here, and then out runs Joseph Park.
Based.
And then so Bully is distracted by Park. Park slaps Bully, and then
Fucking
Joe
bitch slaps him.
And then Joe locks in the rear naked choke for the 10-point win.
Based Bully Ray still not being on the scoreboard. Fuck you.
So Joseph Park gets to the mic. He's like, I know who you are, but do you know who I am? The Uno reverse card on the
on the
catchphrase.
pop line. He's been paying attention. He's been taking notes.
He's like, I am Joseph Park, and you're nothing but a jackass bully. And Joseph Park talks about how he's been bullied his whole life, even in law school.
Joseph Park Esquire got bullied in law school.
But that ends tonight. And this is no longer about his brother Abyss. This is about him and Bully Ray. And then this is when you tapped out chants start. Lovely.
Yeah. Because Bully Ray's trying to be like, you slapped me. And it's like, you still
tapped out, bud.
Bitch.
Yeah. So Joseph Park is like, he's watched Bully everyone around here, and he's sick of it. The fans are sick of it. So Bully, if you like, why don't we settle this once and for all? You give me 2 weeks to get ready, and I'll meet you in that ring, and I'll fight you again. And this time, I'm bringing the fight to you.
Don't qua?
So yeah, we're building to, I guess, Bully Ray versus Joseph Park.
That's an interesting. Yeah, I'm very interested to see where this goes. Unironically, just because the whole like weird Joseph Park / Abyss thing is so fucking weird. That I'm just so morbidly curious. What the fuck is gonna What the fuck are they gonna do with this? Yeah. Like, is this gonna be some reveal? I don't know. We'll find out.
So is this time? Should we now do the BFG Series leaderboard update?
I think because I don't think we have any other.
No,
BFG
there's no
matches.
more. Then we're done here.
Yes, so, please leaderboard time. Get out that whiteboard, buddy boy.
We got the whiteboard.
It's so nice. It's so nice. It's so fancy.
I gotta look over.
I got it. All right, James Storm is in the lead at 36 points. Samoa Joe trailing just behind at fucking 27.
My guys earned 27 points in a week.
Insane. Kurt Angle at 10. Mr. Anderson at 9. A 4-way tie for 5th place between Magnus, D'Angelo Dinero, Jeff Hardy, and RVD, all at 7 points. CD at 5. Robbie E, AJ Styles, and Bully Ray at 0. Utterly based.
Yep, fun times. And I wrote notes to myself of when explosion matches air, because the explosion matches air on tape delay. So I have to know when they air to catch up when their BFG matches are added to the scoreboard.
That's so weird.
They already filmed a BFG match that was filmed before this episode of Impact, but it hasn't aired yet, so it doesn't count yet.
What the fuck? That's so wild. Weird. Okay. Why is this so weird?
Yeah, no kidding. So now we're backstage with Claire Lynch and Dixie Carter again.
All right. It's going to get more interesting now. Come on.
This is when the interviewer is asking for the context for all the evidence. So the interview asks about the picture. And that is when AJ told Dixie Carter that things are getting real bad with Claire Lynch and they need her. And she really needs, Dixie's help. And she was so emotional. And that's why AJ hugged her.
Yeah, of course, naturally.
Then,
okay.
All right. What about the hotel video where Dixie is led into AJ's hotel room? It's because Claire had just gotten out of rehab and she was going to meet Claire. They were meeting in her hotel room, which is what I joked about in the front half.
Yeah.
This is the funny one though. So they're like, what about that phone call? And it's because Dixie and AJ were planning a surprise birthday party for Dixie's husband. That's what that was about. That's why.
And if you want to hear the full unedited audio of the phone call, go to TNA.com because this is how we're getting fucking clicks, I guess.
Lol. And they had to make sure we knew that Claire was not at the birthday party.
Bro. Okay. All right. This Claire tells all shit is so asinine. Like, she and Dixie are so fucking boring in how they respond
They
to shit.
are.
Like, it's so low key. Like, it's kind of like, oh yeah,
Yep.
was that how it was? Yeah, I guess that's how it was. Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of.
No,
Were you at the birthday party, Claire? No, I don't think I was. No.
Listen, I don't mean to be mean to Claire Lynch because enough of the internet has been mean to Claire Lynch. But also, I see now why you were a character actor at Universal Studios, and that is the as far as you've gotten in your career at this point.
Everyone can grow. You might have needed a little more training there, Claire. Now that said, the material she was given to work with is also
bad.
Fucking awful.
Yeah. But also Dixie Carter being charismaless and terrible, that's part of the course for Dixie Carter.
That's just standard.
I don't expect that. I didn't expect any more from her.
My God.
So, okay,
so
great.
Boring.
And then Frankie Kazarian is freaking out in Hulk Hogan's office. And then he's like, I can't do it, man. I can't tag with Daniels anymore. And Hogan's like, brother, I'm all about being accountable around here, dude. Which means, well, you got to go out and do the match tonight. I already booked the match, brother. You're doing it.
Hulk Hogan says, let's forget integrity. Let's forget about integrity. Hulk Hogan 2012.
Let's forget about integrity. It's about accountability.
Yeah, let's forget about. But nary a more perfect summation of Hulk Hogan's life if I heard than let's forget about integrity.
He also doesn't believe Kaz that when Kaz's like, I'm a victim. I was blindsided by Daniels just like everyone else was.
Hogan goes, you made decisions here, brother.
I think you knew more than you saying.
I think you knew the whole time. I think you knew the whole time, dude.
So
I know exactly what's going on all the time, dude. Be like me,
so he
brother.
wants Kaz, except what's going on with Sting. He does not know what's going on with Sting. But we'll
get
there. So Hogan tells Kaz he has to go out there and wrestle tonight and, show everyone who he is. Woohoo. And now we are at Brooke Hogan.
Yes.
We're at Brooke Hogan. She's with Miss Tessmacher and has got Miss Tessmacher a sponsorship deal with Impact's episodic sponsor, Direct Auto Insurance.
Yeah, we got you a great partnership with Direct Auto, brother.
We got you a great deal with a Direct Auto, dude.
And she's got all these fucking framed pictures or some shit of her.
Why did you frame all of the ads?
Why? What are they? What is that? What is the point of those pictures?
It's just a Direct Auto ad, but with Brooke Tessmacher's face on it.
We got to get the titties for Direct Auto, brother.
I guess. So Gail Kim comes in to talk shit.
Yeah.
And
Gail Kim says she's the only real female wrestler. All others on the Impact
she says
roster
that all these girls are just cheap imitations of her, and Brooke needs to realize where her bread is buttered. And Gail is like,
and Brooke says, "Don't try to butter my bread."
I wrote that down for myself. Thank you. The funniest line of the episode is Gail is like, I want my rematch, and she tells Tessmacher it's about class, not ass. And then Brooke is like, well, first of all, honey, I don't want your butter anywhere near my bread, dude.
It's kind of gay, kind of gay, Jack. No homo, brother.
No homo, brother. I don't want your butter anywhere near my bread, dude. I only want my daddy's butter near my bread, dude.
No, abort mission. No. No. Make work your brother. I definitely fucked up saying that.
No, you said it right, I think.
Let work butter you up, my darling daughter. Well, thanks, dude.
The only butter you should have near your bread, dude, is your work's butter.
Well, thanks, Jack. I'll keep that in mind, dude. Best running gag ever.
This is fucking shit. Anyway. It's like, don't tell me how to do my job, dude. And I was going to talk to you, brother, but the champion comes first. And so your rematch is next week, brother. So you better get focused up.
Jack.
So the next match is another X Division qualifier. Rashad Cameron versus Mason Andrews. Reach for the Andrews.
Let me go because I had a journey with this. So we get these two guys coming out. It's Rashad Cameron versus some motherfucker named Mason Andrews, and just kind of like I'm like, all right, we got more X Division boys, and they were going. And I wrote a note of IDK who these guys are, but they are X Divisioning it up, and I am here for it. And then I get a closer look at Mason Andrews' face, and I go, wait, hold the fuck up. And I in my mind, because I have such amazing mental capabilities, I superimposed a beard onto that baby face chin, and I go, wait a fucking minute, that's goddamn Scorpio Sky. What is he doing here?
Reach for the Andrews.
Yes, that's his catchphrase. That's reach for the end. That's what I say every time I go to watch Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Hey. So Rashad Cameron, I looked him up. He was a longtime regular in CZW Combat Zone Wrestling. Think of it like
I've actually been
knockoff.
I've actually watched. My cousin actually showed me a CZW match at Christmas. They're like not War Games match where it was Eddie Kingston was like on a team. Eddie Kingston was on a heel team, and I forget who the fuck was the babyface team. I didn't know any of the other dudes, and they had to. There were dudes at the top of a fucking like trellis with the tag belts, and they had to try to climb and get them uncuffed or something. Whoever the fuck booked CZW is a fucked up man, is what I learned.
That's definitely true.
A little up his own ass. But
anyway, Rashad Cameron comes from CZW. He was BLKGs and in CZW.
He might have been in that match I watched. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, because it was the BLK faction that was in that fucking War Games match.
Yeah, well, he is in the BLK faction. He's BLKGs.
Well, fuck, he might have been in that then. Okay, well, I'll have to look that up. Anyway.
Yeah, who is the rest of that faction?
Eddie Kingston was one of them.
Yeah, he's in Philly's Most Wanted with Joker. I did know that because when I book indie feds in EWR, I usually sign them because they're good.
Yeah, you fucking get a lot of like these guys that just also happen to pop up on Impact.
Yeah. So he is Rashad Cameron in TNA here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was Sexy Eddie, JC Bailey, Nate Webb, and Chris Cash versus Eddie Kingston, Jack Evans, Ruckus, and Black G's.
I know. Yeah, I know a lot of those names.
Yeah, I know Jack Evans. It was like baby Jack Evans is a match. This is a crazy match.
I know Nate Webb because his gimmick is used to be coming out to Teenage Dirtbag and having the entire crowd sing the song. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Which is a song I somehow only learned recently. I heard it. I heard Teenage Dirtbag like very recently for the first time, and then my fucking cousin shows me this video, and I'm like, wait, I know that song.
Yeah.
Tremendous. Anyway, go watch that match just as a sidebar. Anyway, so yes, Rashad Cameron versus Mason Andrews, Black G's versus Scorpio, Reach for the Andrews Sky. And yep. it sure did some X divisioning.
It's a pretty dope spot fest, I'll have you know.
Oh yeah, no, it was solid.
Nearly immediately, Mason Andrews does a corkscrew tope con heel low to the outside.
Insane, fucked up, man. So goddamn crazy.
Wild ass shit. I mean, Mason is but then like Rashad Evans and Rashad Cameron, not Rashad Evans. Where did I get Evans from?
Jack Evans, I mentioned.
That's probably Rashad Cameron does this thing where he where Mason Andrews is jumping up midair and Rashad like drop kicks him out of the air.
Oh my god, these guys. I have never seen Scorpio Sky move like this before. Like I know he's good, but I've never seen him move like this.
When he was young.
Well,
Is most
fair
athletic.
enough. Fair enough. That beard adds a lot of weight. It tends to slow you down.
Yeah, what age was he when he came into AEW when he was like 35? So
Jesus Christ.
He's been
That's
working.
fucking crazy.
He's been wrestling since 2002. So
That's so. I didn't realize he was that old. I thought he was younger.
No, he's 40 now.
Jesus Christ. Well, anyway. Yes, just crazy flippy shit from both of these guys. The work do be rating, in fact.
Yeah. Anything we can just cut to the end here because again it's a lot of like classic flippy boy X division shit happening. Rashad Evans goes to the top rope. Mason Andrews counters to the top rope. Hurricane Rana, sick as hell.
Oh my
and
God.
then you get this kind of interesting finish of like Rashad whips Mason Ryan, Jesus fucking hell. Rashad Cameron whips Mason Andrews into the corner. But Mason slows up because the ref is in the corner. And then when the ref moves out of the way, Rashad drop kicks Mason into the turnbuckle face first. And then Rashad Cameron hits a jumping DDT. It kind of looked like one of MVP's finishing moves. I don't remember the name of it.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know nearly as much about MVP. I've seen him wrestle, but I don't know that much about him.
Now I gotta look up his finishers because it's the same finisher.
Oh, really?
The Playmaker. That's it.
Oh, well, there we go.
I think that's I'm pretty sure it's called the Playmaker. So I was like, hey, I've seen that move before.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, but it was good. Yeah, it was good.
It was cool. Oh, I think R-Truth does it too. At least he has that move.
Does he?
I think R-Truth has that move in the game. That's what I'm saying. That might be
jumping
like the jumping DDT that Rashad did. I think R-Truth.
Oh fuck, you're right. You're right, because it's not like some crazy head scissors shit, but that is like
it's just like a jump up and you flip your legs way up in the air and then drop them.
He's fucking plants. I don't think R-Truth is that fancy about it though. I think he just jumps and plants you.
Yeah, he's not that fancy about it, but it is this. I think it's the same base move.
Fuck. All right. Well, that's sick as hell. I do love me some Truth, so even better. Because I actually do like semi-main as R-Truth in the 2K game, so I actually do know that.
Yeah. But Rashad Cameron gets the win. It's the direct auto insurance impact of the night.
I'm very proud of him. Yeah, it was funny because it felt like Mason Andrews was dominant for a lot of this match, and then at the very end, Rashad Cameron just got like a few like random ass moves, and then gets the pin. Woohoo!
Owned.
Get owned.
So Christie interviews Rashad, and he's like, everyone in TV land feels like they're looking at the new X Division champion, and everyone in the Impact Zone is seeing the Rashad Cameron movement. And then he goes, hey, by the way, next time, it's not Philadelphia, PA. It's Philly, 215. Philly all day. Scream at me. He really,
he's trying to be Rey Mysterio here, I guess.
That he wants you to know he is from Philly.
Absolutely. That doesn't get a pop, unlike Green Bay.
Rashad Cameron is going to Destination X.
Oh, gaga. And fuck
so now the Hulkster has Jeff Hardy and James Storm in his office, but he's currently on the phone getting a medical update on Sting.
He's just got his two of his boys here just fucking standing there. But he's on this call. He's like, yeah, no, I haven't heard anything new about Sting, brother. Oh, it's really interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on him, dude. Listen, I gotta go. I got two of my top stars right. Or what did he say? Two of my top stars are here. I gotta take this meeting right now, bro.
Yeah, so basically,
so he calls a meeting. So it's the fact that he called a meeting. He calls it a meeting, and yet when his two top stars show up for this meeting, he's fucking on a call.
He's on the phone.
Dumbass.
So whatever.
And they use this to transition into like James Storm and Jeff Hardy being like, yeah, how is Sting doing? And Hulk Hogan rambles. He's like, well, he's good, but he's not good enough, brother. Listening to Hulk Hogan like talk like normal business shit it's like fucking Michael Scott. It's like child playing Office. It's like business meeting. Well, yeah, that's what we're waiting for. I do business, brother.
I do a business down at the factory, dude.
The business factory, brother.
Yeah. So anyway, Hogan talks up Storm and Hardy, how great they are, and he announces they will main event next week on Impact.
Yes, which how in the fuck, Austin, has Hogan managed to set up like the past 2 weeks we've watched this. Hogan sets up main events, both of them featuring Jeff Hardy, funny enough, and he manages to do both of those in like the most boring fucking ways possible. There is no build up to these main events other than Hulk Hogan being like, yeah, I just think it's a really good idea, dude. I think we gotta have my two top stars. And they're both face versus face. They're just like
doing it's all the voyeur cam, baby.
Oh my god, the voyeur cam makes everything so fucking weird. So two weeks in a row, Hogan has managed to very boringly set up some high-profile main events. Let's go.
Yeah, so it's funny that he talked about Jeff Hardy as like one of his favorites to win the BFG when Jeff Hardy is currently 5th.
Tied for 5th. Woo-hoo.
And not even close to the top at all, really.
Not remotely. But he wasn't called out for open fight night, brother.
Yeah, so what do you want?
Yeah, staring at James. With James Storm in the room, stares at Jeff Hardy. You're my favorite to win, dude.
Yeah, okay. So it's time for the Gut Check Challenge.
The judges
come out. Taylor Hendricks comes out.
So this is crazy then, that this is a shoot, because that means they'll just have gut checks where they'll bring a motherfucker out who doesn't know they're about to get rejected and just have him get rejected live in front of a crowd. That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want? Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I mean, they're running a story
that should
about
not be your hiring practice, brother.
I mean, they're running a story about Joey Ryan getting rejected, but other than that, yeah, I mean, this is shoot skis. They're not,
So poor Taylor Hendricks is legitimately no idea.
Doesn't know, I assume.
That's so sometimes like we just see dudes get rejected and they're like, oh well, that sucks, and then they leave and never come back.
Yeah.
Fuck.
TNA is the hiring happens on screen, the firings happen on screen. Isn't it great?
Yeah, feast or fired, baby. And sometimes that's a fucking shoot too, which is man, Jesus Christ, why? TNA, why? Why is TNA? Okay.
So anyway, they get Jeremy Borash here is doing the interviews. Jeremy asks Taz how he votes, and Taz says, yes, I vote.
Of course
yes.
He does. He goes, yes. Which, okay.
All right, so as Al Snow is bloviating about what how he's going to vote here, then Joey Ryan is in the crowd making a
go for that. Yes, and which I didn't realize this was happening. So I see a sign that says 87% can't be wrong, Joey Ryan, and I go, oh no. Oh no.
Joey Ryan has pulled Twitter and has said that they all think he was wrong to get rejected.
Here he is, boys. Here he is, world.
So he's here just to be like, pick me, pick me, pick me.
So they run a worked angle in the middle of this shoot fucking thing. What the fuck? Why? Why does it look this? What? You got nothing? You got nothing for that?
Really. No, I got nothing really on it.
Okay, so Al Snow, I need to talk about this. So Al Snow knows her, I guess. Which he already knows her. Which why the fuck didn't he say anything about that in the like previous segment we saw that he already knows? Which makes it even weirder that he's speculating that she'll become a diva in the future if you build her up. You know her, Al.
Yeah. LOL. She was in OV Dub.
Well, that's the thing. So I made a quip. about, this is actually Al Snow on a conspiracy to keep her in OVW. And then I was like, wait, was she actually in OVW? Yes, she was. And when she got the Impact contract, she was immediately sent the fuck back to OVW for developmental. Al Snow's just trying to hold on to his own homegrown talent. That's it. That's why he votes no. I'm convinced. Is he just wanted to fucking keep her trapped in OVW?
Amazing. But yeah,
oh my god.
After security takes Joey Ryan away and they actually get back on track here, Al Snow is like, yeah, I just don't think you're ready. No. But now when it is a 1-to-1, the wrestlers get one opportunity to kick out one last time. AKA
which again, so fucked up that this is not worked.
It's not really that it's not really worked here, no. But Taylor is like, someone somewhere gave all of you a chance, and that's all I'm asking for. And I'm gonna fight to stay here and prove I belong, blah, blah, blah. Then Bruce Pritchard is like, I like you, Taylor. I don't love you, but I like you. And you're inexperienced, you're green, you're kind of rough around the edges. And I don't know if he doesn't know if she's tough enough, if she's quite ready for prime time. Great. Glad you're just burying her out the gate here, bud. But unlike some other jerk coming out here for 2 more minutes of fame, she's got heart and she's got class, and they can work with that.
Which
Bruce
again, the
votes
fact that
yes.
Oh my god, it's even more fucked up that this isn't work because it has the structure of the one yes, the one no, and then Pritchard being the deciding vote.
So obnoxious. I mean, I'm sure they pre-planned that for drama purposes, even if
sure, but then it's the fact that they had the Joey Ryan spot, and then Pritchard references the Joey Ryan thing as part of his decision of unlike some people. What the stupid. It's so stupid. But yes, she got a contract, and then I looked this up, which is how I knew that she was. So she got the contract, was immediately sent to OVW for developmental, had 3 actual matches on Impact TV, lost all of them, and then was released. And she was even being
womp.
And to be fair to her, she was even considering asking for her release before before Impact made the call for her, because she's like, yeah, I'm not really getting any fucking opportunities in this company.
Amazing.
So Al Snow's evil plan worked. He still found a way.
It's truly amazing how fucking shit the gut check gimmick is.
It's so stupid. My brain has melted a little bit. The Claire Lynch stuff is also fucking dumb, but this is somehow even dumber than that, because it's just the weird not work nature of it is just bizarre and annoying. And why are we doing
the fact that by far the most featured gut check contestant up to this point is the one they voted no on? Because the first guy was Alex Silva. Who the fuck is that?
And I assume not Alex. Oh, no, Alex Reynolds. Never mind. Yeah. No, who the fuck? Who?
Alex Silva, who won and then did nothing. Joey Ryan, who was voted no, who they are currently running an angle with about how he got voted no. And then Taylor Hendricks, who they voted yes and will do nothing with.
Is that it? Are there no other gut checks after this?
Oh, no, there are. Don't worry about that. There is Sam Shaw, who is the future Dexter Loomis, probably the biggest named person involved in these.
But not for Impact, baby.
Not really. Chris Louie, who not didn't have a Wikipedia page. Evan Markopoulos, who is also never done shit. Kristen York, I know him because he was in ECW for a little bit, and then also doesn't really do anything. I feel like he won a belt. Did he win a belt in TNA? I thought he won a belt in TNA. No, he did not. That's my mistake. Wes Briscoe, I guess he might be considered one of the biggest. There's an argument he's the biggest name winner here.
Who?
Son of nephew of Jack Briscoe, son of Gerald Briscoe.
Oh, okay, sure, I guess.
Because he's part of Aces and Eights later. That's it.
Oh, good.
He's also one of the few to win their tryout match. He beat Garrett Bischoff.
Ha! Well, based.
And then January, and then we get the revival when it was two wrestlers facing each other. Jay Bradley won out over Brian Cage. Oh yeah. Boy.
That's
that happened.
Up. That's so fucked up.
Lady Tapa, who I know she might be the most successful TNA person here, is I think she who did she ever win no, she didn't do shit either, but she was featured on TV for a while she was here. Well, Lady Tapa beat out Ivelisse in a gut check challenge. So and
Jesus Christ, Dario Cueto's in the audience just like writing down names of like who can I lap up that didn't get
alternate timeline where Brian Cage and Ivelisse Velez go to Impact, go to TNA, and Jay Bradley and Lady Tapa go to Lucha Underground.
Outstanding.
Then Adam Pearce and Magno.
Adam Pearce?
Yeah, I know him, but Magno.
Magno, not Magnus. Magno.
Funny enough, Magno got picked out over Adam Pearce, and then they didn't vote him in. That's the fun thing too, is they have two guys wrestle each other. Then they pick who they're going to vote on, but they don't. But they do the yes/no thing. So like they could pick neither of them in the end to get signed.
What the fuck? Okay.
Then Adam Owerner and Ryan Howe, neither of them have Wikipedia pages. Truly a good point here. Then they did a TNA Gut Check one night only pay-per-view where the whole gimmick was the winner got to appear on Impact. That was won by Tavita Fifita. Oh, that's Tongaloa. Holy shit.
Wait, that's Tongaloa?
Yeah, so he won that one.
So one actual guy.
Funny enough, the other people involved in this gut check, in case you're wondering, are Martin Stone, who is Danny Burch in WWE for a while. John Davis. Okay, so they made the gimmick here where like you had 8 people compete, and if you won your tryout match, you got to go to a match in the main event, and then the winner of that match wins the gut check. You see,
that's so fucked up.
Then Sean Ricker, who is the future LA Knight. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, but he was Eli Drake.
He would come back. He would leave. Well, he does this one night only thing, and then then they eventually sign him to be Eli Drake. Pretty soon after this, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then Tony Kozina, who doesn't have a name, Crimson. Hey, why is he in this? I thought he was already whatever. Tavita Fifita, that is Tongaloa. Pepper Parks. Yeah, we've seen him before. And Dalton Castle was in this.
Oh,
and in the end, they had the winner be Tongaloa.
Okay, so one actual name that has actually fucking won this shit, and all the rest who actually went on to be shit are like losers. Yeah. So really, winning a gut check is a fucking death knell in your career for any kind of mainstream success.
It really is. I think you could probably argue that then they revived it, and they did a couple. There's been a couple of people that it wasn't even on TV. They just did a camp and then announced the winner on air.
Well, that's a lot better, isn't it? Because you're not like fucking whoring these people out for content and then not giving them jobs.
But then the next winner was the winners are Shogun, Jason Hotch, Jack Price, Harley Hudson, and Mike D. None of them have Wikipedia pages. Only one of them I know of that actually appeared on Impact, which was Jason Hotch. He's part of the Good Hands tag team. So he is arguably up there as the one of the more successful Gut Check winners.
Holy fucking fuck.
All this to say that Gut Check sucks ass.
Gut Check fucking sucks, dude. This is the worst. This is the worst idea of them all. What the fuck? Who is responsible for this?
This is genuinely shittier than the NXT reality show era.
Yeah, seriously.
I will argue for that for days.
Because this shit is just fucking exploitative. Like the reality shows.
At least WWE tried to like make do with the NXT reality show people. Like most of them do something in WWE, not necessarily for a long time, but WWE tries to end up using most of the people they have on the NXT reality show, including the winners.
Yeah,
especially the winners. But no, fuck you. Yeah.
So Gut Check sucks. Good, that amazing.
It really does. Woohoo! Then backstage, back on track here. Backstage, Kurt Angle is talking to AJ Styles. He's just like, it's happy to put us all behind him. The old AJ Styles is back. And AJ reveals
in the game, brother.
AJ reveals that he's got Christopher Daniels at Destination X in a last man standing match.
Well, that's interesting. That'll be exciting.
Yeah. And then Kurt and AJ laugh about how Daniels and Kazarian are more divided than ever. We got this in the bag. Womp, womp,
You
womp.
got this. Woo. Yeah, I'm sure. That's great.
Time for our main event.
It's time for the main event. Yes, it is main event time. The tag team match to determine to put this shit to rest once and for all. And I mean, it's just fucking, it's solid. I do have a bunch of like random match notes here, but just overall impression from the get-go, it's just a solid match. I mean, these are like four of the top guys in Impact in terms of like, not only like star power, but talent. Tremendous. They're all great. CD for the moonsault early on, but AJ gets his knees up because his head is back in the game.
And also, I love that when they did their entrance, when Daniels tried to do the normal entrance and Kazarian just blew right past him.
Oh yeah, they are not coexisting.
No, they're not.
Kurt gets tagged in at one point and just fucking, I think it was Kaz. Kaz is like on the apron. He just grabs him and fucking flips him. Like just with one arm, just fucking pulls him over the rope and just
Kurt
down
Angle
onto the mat.
Hits the highest angled German suplexes I think I've ever seen in my life.
Holy shit. He's like Brock Lesnar is put to shame right now. Fuck, man.
Yeah, because Kaz was flying.
This is not Suplex City. This is goddamn Suplex County, motherfucker.
Yep, Suplex State.
Suplex Country, even. Fuck, many people are saying this.
Yeah, so the straps come down, and then Kurt suplexes Daniels too. And then...
Yeah. So he suplexes the fuck out of Daniels. Daniels, while still in Kurt's grasp, manages to stumble forward to Kaz, who is like in the ring against the ropes.
Yeah,
he grabs at Kaz, and Kaz fucking elbows him in the face, and he gets his ass back to getting more suplexes.
Yeah,
from Kurt Angle.
but then Kaz does fight back. He gets a huge TKO cutter.
Because Kurt tries to angle lock him, and he fucking like kicks he monkey kicks Angle into the fucking corner from like low down. It's crazy.
AJ tags in. He hits a phenomenal forearm. He just goes to town on CD.
Crazy springboard when he tags in too. Like just gets all of the air. Like this man can just goddamn fly. I'm convinced.
Yep. AJ goes for the clothesline. Daniels ducks, and AJ hits Kaz. Then Daniels knocks Kurt Angle into the referee, Brian Hebner. And then with the referee down, Christopher Daniels grabs a chair. And CD goes for the swing. Kaz stops him and grabs the chair. AJ hits a Pele kick. And then Kaz flips off Daniels, which is censored.
Yeah, it has a bit less impact when his whole fucking arm is like censored for flipping off CD.
And then Kaz tells AJ to finish this. So okay.
Rolls out of the
AJ
ring.
sets up for the Styles Clash. Kaz immediately turns around and hits AJ in the back with the chair.
Well, no, because what he does is he dips out of the ring, goes around to the backside to where AJ has his back turned to, gets back in the ring with the chair and sets up and hits. Oh my God, that was
We
crazy.
have all been swerved.
We
it's
have
a
been
double
swerved
swerve
when we drive. Yeah, so I guess he and CD must have just had this plan from the get-go.
Yep.
Either that or he was just fucking with CD too, because CD himself seems a little surprised by this.
Anyway, Daniels and Kaz win the belts back off this. Dixie is yelling from. I forgot to mention that Claire and Dixie are sitting ringside here.
They're sitting ringside. Dixie is
and
pissed
Claire,
about this.
Dixie's like, "What are you doing?"
She, Dixie, the CEO of Impact, has no power to change this since she saw the shenanigans happen.
She saw this shit happen and does nothing about it.
Yeah, I just kind of headcanon. I'm like, I just kind of headcanon that like all wrestling promoters accept that bullshit shenanigans help keep things interesting, and so they can't set a precedent for changing shit.
That's fair. So
it's too dangerous.
We have all been swerved. It's a double swerve. And then, holy shit, this is nuts. So you wanted explosive, David. Well, here we are.
Okay,
Christopher Daniels gets the microphone. And he's like, Dixie, turn that frown upside down. There's plenty of reason for you to be happy as well. I mean, your friend Claire, she told the truth.
Well, no. Before, one quick thing before he says that, he opens with, "We are the world tag team champions of the world," and then he paused for a moment. And he goes, "And I meant to say that." X, big fucking X CD.
Yeah. So Christopher Daniels in the most out of nowhere line of the night, maybe in history. Obviously, you can see that she's pregnant.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, is I was fucking saying that last week, so I am not surprised by this, because as soon as she walked out in that fucking purple-ass shirt that has like the little like skirty part toward the stomach, I was like, oh, she's pregnant. I just assumed that the whole time.
You can get a little bump there. It's a bit like, yeah. I want to emphasize that right now is the first time they even mentioned, they didn't even hint that she's pregnant until right now.
Again, I can visually see it, and CD lampshades that. He's like, she's clear. You can see she's very visibly pregnant, and I'm like, well, yeah, I was wondering if that was a little fucking bump there.
But this is the first time anyone has mentioned it at all.
Yes.
And I'm like, holy shit. But what she didn't tell you about her blessing, which is funny, he put that in quotes, in air quotes.
Yes.
Is that the bastard's daddy is AJ Styles.
Oh, God.
This isn't an angle about drug addict Claire Lynch. This is an angle about AJ Styles' baby daddy, Claire Lynch's
drug
baby
addict.
daddy, AJ Styles.
To drug addict Claire Lynch. Which, oh boy, the implications of that are fun. You think about that for more than 2 seconds, and it's like, wait a minute. She has a major drug problem, and this family friend who was supposedly helping her knocked her up, and she doesn't deny shit. So
she is like, absolutely, that's what happened.
So
as we will see later in the arc. She will talk more about this.
So just give me a little bit of a taste. Do we acknowledge at all the horrifying implications of the consent issue that could be happening here?
Well, there is a consent issue. It's not quite what the one you're talking about. but we will get there.
Oh no. Okay.
We'll get there, I think, next time. Actually, next time we'll get
Oh my
there.
fucking god. Oh my god. So after like an hour and a half of the most like boring little fucking check-ins on Claire, all of a sudden, oh yeah, we have pivoted to, so she is in fact pregnant, and AJ is the baby daddy, and it's all fucking fucked up again. And CD goes, congratulations, AJ. I'm sure it'll be a phenomenal baby. Ah ha 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 ha. And that's the thing. I didn't add that laugh in. I'm quoting it.
No, and then on the outside, Dixie's just like, "What? Are you kidding me? What?"
And yeah, what? And Claire's actor continues to be very bad at doing a crying face. Let's go.
Get used
Claire's
to
actor
crying
continues
face.
to look like she's smiling as she cries.
Get used to crying face Claire Lynch.
With no tears coming down and a somehow smile spread across her face.
So, yeah. So you were wondering why we started with I'm Claire Lynch, I'm a drug addict, because the real story here is I'm Claire Lynch and I'm pregnant with AJ Styles' baby.
What the fuck? And as we all know, there are only two and a half ways that a wrestling pregnancy storyline can go, and I highly doubt that Claire Lynch is about to give birth to a hand. So that knocks it down to a coin flip.
Bro, it's time for Claire Lynch to take a bump.
Oh, brother. Oh, she's gonna take a bump, all right.
So she'll be taking 2 bumps.
Which will be the cause of the miscarriage? Tune in later to find out. What the fuck? What?
I think it's truly hilarious.
Oh my god.
How much AJ Styles is the most like well-known family man in wrestling, and they continue to then create storylines where the implication is that AJ Styles is fucking other women.
They're trying to manifest so
like
hard.
Not even just this arc here where it's assumed he fucked Dixie for like 4 months, and then it was actually he fucked Claire. He also had a gimmick where he became Ric Flair's protege and just did all the Playboy Nature Boy shit that Ric Flair does.
Oh yeah, I've heard Deadlock talking about this and how it's dumb.
It's dumb. It's dumb for the same reason. It's like everybody knows what he's about.
The worst era in AJ Styles' career by far.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh my god. So that was awful. Again, it's so weird. This is so different than the fucking Katie Vick storyline. Because in the Katie Vick storyline, everything sucked. And here it's like, it's mostly cool. But that, like, okay, no. Fuck Austin Aries. Fuck Option C. Fuck Gut Check. And fuck Claire Lynch. But, like, the filler shit is all great. I love these random little matches we're getting. The Bound for Glory stuff is fucking stupid. Okay, the Bound for Glory is stupid, but the matches are good. So, okay, at least, unlike Katie Vick, I amend my statement a little bit. At least, unlike Katie Vick, we're getting good fucking matches. At least I have that. I have something to anchor me to keep me sane. But everything that is happening around that to justify these matches happening is so fucking moronic. Oh my god. I'm not angry like I was with Katie Vick. I'm just confused. Why are we still here in 2012? Why is wrestling still like this in 2012? How have we not learned better? Fuck this.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
to think
god.
we are so close to Aces and Eights starting simultaneously.
Oh my god. Fuck me.
Because we're getting the hints of like, oh god, who took out Sting? Like, let's go.
Who took out Sting? Shit.
We will soon be getting
NWO 2.0. Here we come.
NWO Sons of Anarchy edition is coming soon.
Back at you, wah. Back at you, wah. Fuck this. Oh my god. Oh, so that happened.
That's fun. What a
What's
fun
gonna
time
happen
in
next,
TNA.
Austin?
What a fun time
Tell
on
me.
TNA Impact this week.
Fuck. Oh, all right. Throw the next one at me. What's coming up next?
Oh,
Fuck.
I'm sure you'll appreciate this one more.
All right.
So next week, we are taking it way back to 1985.
Oh, fuck this. Yes, we're in this angle. Okay, I'm actually excited for this one. Yes.
So it is time. So we're going back to 1985, but we're not going to the WWF, dude. We are taking it down to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, the home of the NWA.
Yes!
And we are on the road to Starrcade 1985.
Yes! So exciting. Yes, Noobs and Knockouts What If. We are exploring the life and times of the dude whose name I can't remember right now. But it's who's the guy?
Oh, Magnum TA. That's what
Magnum
I was wanting to bring
TA.
into it.
Which he got name dropped in Iron Claw, and I went, I know that name now.
Yeah, because so we're gonna get some of Magnum TA, but we're also gonna be here because the big plot thread going into our next episode is a little feud between the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, woo, and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
The Dream Daddy? We're getting the Dream Daddy?
We're getting the main event. The main event of Starrcade 85 is Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes.
Main event or Dusty Rhodes?
Title.
Let's fucking go! Oh, I'm so strapped in for this.
Because you see, and this next episode we're going to be watching is going to be giving us kind of the, this happened at a house show. And so now we're finally getting the televised events here. And on September 29th, 1985, in the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia, Ric Flair defeated Nikita Koloff in a steel cage match. And after the match, Nikita and Ivan Koloff attacked Ric Flair until Dusty Rhodes came in for the save. But after that, a shock twist happened when Ole and Arn Anderson appeared to attack Dusty Rhodes and injure his ankle.
Oh, shit.
And then, so suddenly, what is this new alignment between Ric Flair, Ole Anderson, and Arn Anderson?
Oh, well, 3 instead of 4. But we're getting there.
Yes, this is the birth of the Horsemen.
The Horsemen. Let's fucking go. Okay, that's fucking crazy. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm excited. I mean, fuck Ric Flair, but everything else, fuck yeah, dude. Holy shit. Main eventer Dusty Rhodes. Oh, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. All right, I'm excited.
Yep. All right. So that's for next time. Until then, David, hit our plugs.
Yes, sir. Dear friends, thank you all so much for joining us on yet another episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. We are so delighted to have you here. Returning listeners, viewers, what have you. You know the drill. Thank you all so much for once again welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever the hell it is you use to consume our content. We're just so happy to have you here and, that you keep coming back. We love you guys. New people, hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast like to think we are friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So whether you're brand new to the wild, wacky world of wrestling or you're a veteran of all the weird bullshit, either way, we are so happy that you're here. We hope you had a great time here. We hope you want to keep coming back to have a great time with us week after week after week. And I'm going to make sure you know all the ways you can do so. First of all, of course, you can find us on YouTube. We are the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. And all that other good shit. Give us that sweet engagement with likes and comments if you're so inclined. Check out all of our playlists because Austin is kind enough to organize all of the storylines that we follow into their own separate playlists so that you can follow something all the way down without having to skip around a whole lot. It's great. And of course, you can see our beautiful, lovely faces and how often I've had to fucking sip from my water bottle over the course of this episode. Curse these winter illnesses. But yes, all that good shit for your the visual feast here on the YouTube version of Noobs and Knockouts. But if you're a fan of the audio-only version, we have you covered there. You can find us on 3 of the best places to find your podcast, which, of course, are Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Come give us a listen there. Download our show. You can also give us some of that sweet engagement by giving us ratings and reviews. You know, if you're so inclined, maybe some nice 5 stars if you're feeling generous, and maybe some reviews that say, hey, these guys are pretty cool. Maybe more people should be listening to them. You know, just speaking off the dome here. All that good stuff. It helps out the show a lot. If you're a fan of us, it means a lot to us, etc., etc. Do your part. We love the engagement. Thank you so much. No, but seriously, come enjoy us over on the audio only as well as the video, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. On top of all of that, we do exist, shockingly, past this little void we find ourselves in every week. If you want to come follow us, find us on some social media platforms, you can do that as well. Primarily, we are on Twitter at Noobs and Knockouts Pod. That's at Noobs, the letter N, Knockouts Pod on Twitter. Come check us out there. Give us a follow. You know, we do the whole wrestling Twitter IWC shit. We do memes. We do discourse. We, you know, all that whatever. We get into little arguments that make us want to blow our brains out. Who doesn't? We put up a post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys always know what the hell is going on with the show. And of course, the highlight of our Twitter is weekly wrestling live tweeting every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS. We are watching and tweeting all about AEW Dynamite, talking all that good shit, enjoying the show, interacting with all y'all, and you know, just having a good time with it. On top of that, when I have the time to, I've kind of taken to be in charge of the live tweeting when I have the time to. Not much recently, but you know, I try. Sometimes, if it as a special treat, I'll be watching AEW Rampage at 10 p.m. Eastern on TNT, and AEW Collision at 8 p.m. on TNT on Saturday nights, because they are all right for fighting indeed. So always be sure to check out the Twitter, see if we're tweeting up a storm when those AEW shows are on. That's kind of my forte. On top of all of that, Austin the Knockout likes to keep himself updated on all of the kind of major happenings with the major wrestling promotions in America, especially their pay-per-views, and likes to tell you guys about what the hell's going on for a myriad of reasons. Sometimes he even tweets about them. My friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Oh, hello! Didn't see you there.
He was doing a bit. Gee. He scared me with that one. Oh, God. Ding dong.
So, upcoming on the W. I just thought of it and wanted to do it.
Fucking hell.
So, upcoming for the WWE. First, if you want to watch that weekly, you can do so. For now, they're changing over all sorts of channels and shit right now. Indeed. Right now, you can watch Raw on the USA Network at 8 p.m. on Mondays and SmackDown on Fox at 8 p.m. on Fridays. So right now, they are building to the Royal Rumble match. 30 men and women will then enter, and the winners of each
one man and woman,
one woman, will win world title matches at WrestleMania 40. So that's obviously happening right now. And then we will also have Roman Reigns defending the Uwu Championship against Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. Yeah.
Speaking of AJ Styles, that's fucking crazy. That's a crazy fucking 4-way to do. That's wild.
And then we also have Logan Paul. Yep, that one defending the United States Championship against Kevin Owens.
Oh boy, I sure hope Kevin Owens kills him.
That would be sweet. I don't know if he will.
I'm not super optimistic, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, if you want to watch the Royal Rumble, which you should, it's great. It's always fun.
The Royal Rumble is great.
Absolutely. You can do so on Peacock. That's where WWE streams all their shit live. And then upcoming for TNA.
Speak of the devil.
By the time this airs, they will have rebranded themselves back to TNA
TNA
after being Impact Wrestling for quite a few years now. but they're back at TNA. They just had a pay-per-view, Hard to Kill. They only do 4 or 5 pay-per-views a year. You know, they understand they only have so big of an audience, but in the in-between, they have monthly live specials on TNA Plus, their streaming service.
Which has been rebranded. And hey, after we talked some shit about it in the front half, it's been made a little more user-friendly. Good job, guys.
Yeah, at the very least, finding, like, if you want to find, like, the wrestling
stuff.
the
weekly
non-wrestling stuff is just lost in the ether. Like, but, you know, we're working on it. We're working on it.
We'll take what we can get.
There are apparently some lost episodes of Impact in 2012. They skipped like 2 weeks of content on the player.
That was also on the the Explosion VHS that got taped over.
Yeah. Anyway, but upcoming, if you want to watch TNA every week, you can do so on Access TV at 8 p.m. on Thursdays, or in what is probably the easier method to do that for most people, is if you get a YouTube subscription, $1 a month. You can get TNA live every week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, commercial free.
Outstanding.
So on these monthly pay-per-view events, up next, monthly TNA Plus events will be No Surrender on February 23rd. Obviously, we don't know anything about that yet, but that is what's up next for TNA is No Surrender.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Then for to AEW upcoming for them is Revolution on March 3rd. Right now, we only got one match, and boy, howdy, do we got a big one here, as it is Sting's final match.
Final match.
In the same building where he faced Ric Flair at the Clash of Champions in March in 1988. At Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yes, it is yet to be officially announced. The heavy implication is a tag match of Sting and Darby Allin versus the Young Bucks.
Half the internet has already melted down about this.
Half the internet has already decided that half the internet has apparently forgotten that Sting has said he doesn't want to go out on a singles match and that he wants to tag with Darby. And they're pissed off that, I don't know, I guess the Young Bucks have sucked Sting into the Bucks verse.
They also just hate the Young Bucks.
They also just hate the Young Bucks, which is imagine hating fun. But you know,
agreed. But that is so far. We're still several months out from that. That is March 3rd.
I'm sure we're gonna get some crazy shit like Samoa Joe versus Swerve, or Samoa Joe versus Hangman, or maybe Samoa Joe versus Swerve and Hangman. That'd be fucking crazy.
That's what I'm putting my money on.
That's what I'm putting my money on too.
That's why I'm giving an excuse for Joe to keep the title.
Triple
threat.
A triple threat
Swerve and Hangman.
With Hanger and I'm fucking
or Swerve wins the title in the triple threat, and then they can do Swerve Hanger as a singles match and double or nothing.
God, there's so much going on with the world title in AEW right now. Just a sidebar, I have no idea what direction they're gonna go in, but I'm fucking pumped whatever it's gonna be, because I am super invested in all the shit barreling for the world title right now. And honestly, Samoa Joe's fucking cold. I have come to have such a love for him, and him as AEW champion is not something that I would have put my money on, but I'm not upset that it happened. He had an amazing fucking pre-tape.
Honestly,
Dynamite.
Honestly, thank God that Adam Cole was stupid and jumped off the stage and hurt his ankle. Because he would have won the belt instead of Joe if he was healthy.
That's fair, and I also would have been into that. But it is really fucking cool to have Samoa Joe AEW World Champion be a thing. And he's gonna take everything from anybody that comes for his belt. So, you know, prepare to die.
So that is what's upcoming on in the world of wrestling these days.
Hell yeah. So be sure to check all that out. Check out our coverage of any and all of that crazy shit on the Twitter. You know, we love to we love to talk about this stuff and share it with you guys. This is kind of our chance on the pod to talk a tiny bit about what's actually going on in the modern wrestling world. And also, you know, we like to tell all the noobs in our audience about what's going on for anyone who's interested in getting more invested in wrestling but not sure quite how to. The pay-per-views are always a really cool jumping on point. You know, big matches happening, bound to be some good shit. And you know, storylines finishing, storylines starting. And you know, just generally we like to do the coverage on the Twitter and keep in touch with the world of wrestling. So, you know, if you're a fan of us rambling about wrestling, the voices carry over pretty solidly on the Twitter. We'll talk to you about all this shit. Noobs and Knocks Pod at Noobs and Knocks Pod on the Twitter. Of course, on top of that, if you want to get in more direct and long form contact with us, you can email us at noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word and this time, knockoutspod@gmail.com. You know, come say hi to us, tell us what you think about the show, start discourse with us about how our hot takes are stupid or based or whatever. Either way, just we love talking to people. Come say hi. We would love to say hi back. noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. And finally, of course, you can find us on our Patreon. We are also the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. The link for that is in our Twitter. $1 a month gets you early access to episodes and a shout out at the end of each episode. Shout out, as always, to friend of the show, the Sugar Daddy, Kyle Smith, for his contribution. And Austin, we have an addition to our Patreon, and apparently have for the past couple months, and neither of us noticed. Shout out also to new friend of the show, relatively new, El Lucha Dad, $, our boy Cam, for joining in on the Patreon as well. Here's your long belated shout out, buddy. I'm sorry it took so long. Thanks for telling me. This was my surprise to you, Austin. We have a new subscriber to the Patreon. We love you guys. Thank you both so much for your support. Enjoy those perks. If you want to enjoy the perks along with these distinguished gentlemen, be sure to head over to the Patreon. Just a single $1 due every month. You know, gets you some nice little perks and helps out the show tremendously. You know, it's a tremendous boon on us. And hey, if you want to give us more, you can. You know, I'm sure if our show keeps growing, we'll add more tiers, and then, you know, we'll see. We'll have to see. But for now, just any kind of support is a tremendous help to the show. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to you guys who do support us. And if you're so inclined, feel free to hop on that Patreon, Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. The link once again is in our Twitter.
See you all next time.
Hasta luego.